on Interstate 8 right now in Arizona, heading westbound toward Yuma. I'm on my way to pick up a load that is going to Fallon, Missouri. Won't be under the load the entire time though. I'll be swapping with another driver up on I-40 in New Mexico probably sometime tomorrow. Don't get him home for Thanksgiving. And ironically, it'll get me home as well, even though I don't necessarily need to be there. But hey, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, so get a free opportunity to get to the house. The load that delivers not even barely 50 miles away from home. Hey, I'll take it, and it helps the other driver up too. Anyway, yeah, I'm about 50 miles away, 50 out from Yuma. I got the sign right here, as you see, saying 53 out. I'm at the actually 54 mile marker though, so 53 miles to put me actually right by the California border. We're getting off at exit 3. I think it's 3, yeah. The one where the Love's truck stop is at. I'll be picking up at Advanced Cooling. I've not been to this shipper before. I saw on the map where it's at, and I read some of the reviews. Mostly not good reviews as far as mostly complaints about timeliness of the load of the pickup. You know, it's first come, first serve. You know, basically, or as we call it, an FCFS. Pickup windows from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. tonight are 2,200. I was originally going to wait until later this evening to pick it up so I could drive in the middle of the night, but when I was still eating my breakfast this morning, the planner had called and asked if I'd be interested, and another planner actually had called and asked if I'd be interested in swapping with another driver to get him to his requested time off location. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. I didn't want to sit under that load anyway. I told him it was only going to take me about 2.5 shifts to get over there, or out there about, and I didn't want to have to sit under it for the better part of 2 days, especially after I just finished doing a 34-hour reset. I didn't have the greatest recaps to work with. I delivered yesterday at the Walmart DC in Casa Grande, Arizona. No, it wasn't. I don't know. I didn't deliver the same day I got there. I got there Wednesday afternoon, and yeah, so I just went to the DC and then logged my post trip, and then BC'd back from there to the truck stop. Came back the next morning to deliver, and went back to the truck stop after that. Had to get a tire changed on the trailer, and enjoyed the rest of the day off. And I got a load assignment this morning. I'd say this one here picking up, and it's due Wednesday the 25th. And I can have it there probably the 22nd. Anyway, I was reading some of the reviews. Actually, one of my friends had posted a review basically saying it was really long. Like he sat around a long time, and sounds like he swears not to go back. And majority of the other reviews were pretty much complaints about the same thing. Even if it was just a single pallet, they were there for several hours. And then there were a few there who said they had much faster pickups. And that's just kind of nature of the beast when you're dealing with produce loads that are not coming from, well, even if they are coming from the origin point. Sometimes it happens. It's not always the shipper's fault. Sometimes they just don't have the product because the field trucks basically bringing the product in maybe are not showing up when they're expected streaming a lot, mainly because, you know, the buffering gets a little old at times, and honestly, I can give you guys higher quality audio and video by doing them this way. Not to mention, I get a chance to monetize the videos too. Not like I'm really too concerned about monetizing, but why not, you know? A little bit here, a little bit there. And, you know, I think it's a little more interactive as well, because since I have the interior facing cam on me, you can also, yeah, it's more, you can actually see me in the video as well as not just the looking ahead view. In fact, you got rear view shots as well. Anyway, yeah, this load is going to O'Fallon, Missouri, which is just a little bit west of St. Louis. He's swapping, like I said, in the eastern half of New Mexico tomorrow. And I'll be repowering his load and taking it to Lancaster, California, which is maybe about 50 or so miles west of where I live. So, yeah, another good opportunity to take the load and do a 10-hour break at home or something, possibly. I don't know when it's due. I just know that it's going to Lancaster, and there's a pretty good chance I'll be doing a 10-hour break at my house, whether it's before or after the delivery. Alright, so, yeah, the delivery yesterday in Walmart was, you know, went uneventfully, thankfully. I intended to post some more video footage when I picked up my load in Salinas load. I was gonna post that, but I think I forgot a couple, like a critical piece of like 10-minute long length of footage at the very end. That kind of trashed the second half of the last part of the second half of the video. And I was like, well, now it's kind of no point even posting any of this. And then I also had footage of the last part of the Deadhead from, you know, right after I dropped that load in our San Bernardino drop yard, I deadheaded with an empty from there to Delano, California, to pick up a load of grapes going to Denton, Texas. Ended up running out of clock in Tehachapi. Well, actually, I would have been really close to reaching the shipper, but I was going to be short. And I wasn't going to make it on time, so I ended up doing a 3-hour split, which I did a 3-7 split on the way from Salinas to San Bernardino as it was. And I was, you know, I had like 83 minutes available to do 81 miles in California. Now, if that had been in some other state, I would have gone for it, but being that was in California, wasn't going to try it. Even doing 60 miles an hour, I would have not made it. Yeah, and there were spots where I'd get slowed down as well. So I was like, yeah, I'll just deal with it. And ended up having to pick up the next day, but it really didn't some kind of greens. I don't know what those were. I couldn't tell if they were collard greens or mustard greens or something else. I'm not much of an expert on produce. There was some kind of a lettuce looking kind of thing, but it's not lettuce. Probably some kind of a greens. My shoulder closed. I got exit 37 coming up, Avenue 36, Echo Roll. This Roll's the name of the town or something. Yet which route I'm going to take from Phoenix to basically eastern Arizona. I might take 17 up to Flagstaff and then across. It's more miles, but it's probably just as quick as if I were to take the mountain route up through Payson and some of the other towns over there, I forget. But the Payson route is more scenic. When I go through Payson, I'd rather be going there westbound than eastbound. It's more uphill going eastbound and more downhill going westbound. But both have both up and downhill grades. Follow me or friends with me, whatever, on Facebook. You might have seen I posted a video, one or two videos yesterday. One of them was, or no, wasn't it yesterday, 2 days ago. One was of a PLD driver driving a green Peterbilt 379. Super trucking it and intentionally cutting off Johnson Controls van driver that was in front of me. Really screwed up situation there with a JCI driver, and it was completely uncalled for the trucker to do what they did, and there's no place in trucking for drivers like that in a truck or anything. If you go to my Facebook page, you don't have to be friends with me to see it. It's publicly posted. See what I'm talking about. Basically, the Johnson Controls driver was in the number 1 lane. I was in the number 2, passing somebody else. And I moved over to the number 3. Meanwhile, this PLD driver, was right behind me. After I moved over to the number 3 lane, the JCI driver stayed in the number 1 lane until they were all the way past me, and then they moved over. So I can't say I blame them, because what if I have to move back over there? They're trying to leave escape route space. That's a good driver. That's good defensive driving. Meanwhile, a PLD driver is hard on his accelerator and flying by me, and now mind you, I'm doing about 70 miles an hour at the time, and he was doing more than 75, probably more like 80 by the time he was passing me. And the JCI driver was driving more about the speed limit, which was 75. He moves over to the number 2, he moves over in front of the JCI driver, super trucker. And then JCI, and then the PLD driver is tailgating him, and then JCI moves over to the number 3 lane in front of me to get out of PLD's way, and the next thing you know, PLD's blasting by him, and and intentionally merging into him and running him into the shoulder. And then gets off the freeway right there. It was right there in Eloy, Arizona City area. I think it was exit 201. Just one exit away from where I was at, where I was staying, ending my day. Absolutely uncalled for. If you're gonna drive a truck like that, just stay out of the industry. I'm not one to snitch on people, but if you do something egregiously stupid like that, I will post it. And if someone else notifies the carrier about it, not my problem. Don't do egregiously stupid things like that, and you won't have a problem. Now, say I don't go snitching on other drivers, but that's completely uncalled for what that guy did. Honestly, I hope he gets fired for that. I could get annoyed that this guy is slowing down below 40, but I can't say I blame him for doing this when you got workers right here next to the right next to the cones. As long as he speeds back up to 55 after he gets by these guys, and yeah, it looks like he is starting to speed back up. That I'd be picking up in Yuma though, because multiple people I know who have done deliveries here in the area recently, they've all been picking up in Yuma, and it seems like they've all been taking their loads to O'Fallon, Missouri too. In fact, a friend of mine who lives here in Casa Grande, he just came off home time, and I crossed paths with him going the other way, and I was on my way into Casa Grande. He did the exact same thing. He just picked up in Yuma and was on his way to O'Fallon. Now he took a different route though. He ended up taking I-10 across to Las Cruces. Then he was going to take US 70 and US 54 over to Santa Rosa and then get on I-40 over there. Whereas for me, I'm going to be getting on I-40 as quickly as I can, and that's because I'm going to be swapping loads anyway, and I-40 is always the best place for us for when we're looking for swaps. We have a much heavier freight lane up there, more opportunities for swaps by going up there. And O'Fallon, you got to go across, ideally across I-40, over to Oklahoma City, and then up I-44 from Oklahoma City all the way up to up into Missouri. And then once you're in Missouri, there are a couple of other different routes you can take. One of them would be to take, I think, 54 up to Jefferson City, end up on go east on I-70. Another way would be to go all the way over to St. Louis, and then get on the I-70 westbound and backtrack over to O'Fallon. The other way would be the way I went last time I went to that DC, and the only reason I went that way instead of the Jefferson City way was because Jefferson City got hit by a tornado that same night that I was going to go through Jefferson City. I got hit by the tornado no more than I think 2 or 3 hours before I was going to go through there. 30-mile marker. 27 to go to the exit. But yeah, I ended up going over to I can't remember if it was Cuba, Lebanon, whatever, Missouri, I forget. Take a state highway up from there over to east on 70 from there. A friend of mine, he just got what he and I both sum up as a bullshit distracted driving ticket in Georgia. I think I'd make you guys aware of that, because something you might want to watch out for, and don't be doing something as simple as this so you don't get some ticky-tack bullshit tickets. Okay, so his friend was I guess he had a phone call coming in, and he has his headset hanging from well, I got mine hanging right here. He had his hanging from right over here, but in the center area by where where my CB is mounted. And right up in that cubby there, I think. Because he went to grab it and put it on his head. He had his eyes on the road the entire time. And I guess a spotter working at a construction site observed him doing this, so they called into another unit to stop and cite him for it, and they called that distracted driving. Even though it's like, as far as I know, it's not a cell phone. I can sit there and listen to my music through it or whatever else. That's a communication device, but it's not an actual phone. So that, and he got cited for violating. Was a 49 CFR. Basically, it's the FMCSR dealing with distracted driving and while driving a commercial vehicle. Or actually, specifically, not using a handheld mobile phone. Not using hands-free, whatever. Something like that, whatever. I pulled up the actual statute to get a better understanding of what exactly it was saying there. Yeah, it specifically referenced cellular phones. I thought maybe he got a ticket for the Georgia state law, but they actually got him for the FMCSR. Expensive ticket, my understanding. I remember my days driving for Sierra England. They used to always brief us that don't get caught don't get a distracted driving ticket, because to do it's a $2,800 fine if you're a commercial driver, and also it's an automatic. They'll automatically terminate you. Really sucks, because I think this driver is actually looking at going to another carrier soon, and that could affect him. I got an uphill grade coming up ahead. I forget what this grade is called. I don't come through here enough to know what exactly this pass is called. This is one of those nice spots where if I'm live streaming, you're not going to have a good view of what's going on through here, because it'll buffer like crazy. But when I'm using the dash cams, you'll get really good 1080p footage of it, yeah, without any interruption at all. exiting out from our exits. Around that neighborhood, that community there. Seems like pretty much every property has at least one or two, or even three palm trees that on it. Quickly I need to plan on moving over to get around them. Yeah, it's one of those examples where I say how early you move back over after passing somebody should depend on how great or similar the speed difference is between you guys. So the greater the speed difference is, the sooner it's okay to move over, and then the closer your speed is to them, the further away from them you should be before you move over. Don't force them to have to slow down or move over to have the space that they think is appropriate following distance. If you're going to put them in a position that they don't want to be in for more than maybe a second or two, then you're moving over too soon, and you don't need to be in too big a hurry to move over. Chance to go by me first, but once again I should have gone over and just said to hell with this car, because they're going to take that long to pass me up. But I was kind of expecting this guy would speed up some too. Now we're going down the hill. I feel like I didn't sleep enough earlier. Well, I get plenty of opportunity to get some get a nap in while I'm getting loaded or waiting to load. The question is, it takes a while for me to get a doctor assignment. Will my phone allow me to? Will other people not allow me to get sleep without disrupting it because of phone calls that I don't need? Like if there's an easy way for me to, I can't really reject calls, but I don't know what number I'm going to get a call from about a doctor assignment if it works out that way. So I'm going to get lucky and get a doctor assignment right away. I doubt it, but yeah, wishful thinking. We're doing a little RV park. Oh, an RV park? That looks like a trailer park. And that's at 14 Foothills Boulevard. We're on the far east end of Yuma now. Coming up on less than 2 miles out, US 95 northbound Fortuna Road. That's where the Flying J is at. Weather here in Yuma, and Mish and RG, or no, not RG, can't be RG, he lives in Georgia. A couple of people, a couple of regulars were just trash talking last week about how I'm still wearing shorts though. I know Mish was one of them, I forget who the other one was. it's green veggies to pick up out here anyway. Shipper over here on the other side of the freeway. I think it's off this exit. I want to say it's the one that has a roundabout over there on the other side. State Route 195. Araby or Arabi Road, whatever, and it's not loose. This guy's not going that much slower than me. I got maybe 4 miles to go to work with the passing, but probably not a big enough deal to try to go around, especially when he's got something in front of him. See, I dropped down a couple miles an hour. He's actually starting to pull away a little bit. Yeah, that's one right here. Huge number of trucks in the staging area, but the dock doors look pretty busy. I just passed the 7-mile marker, less than 4 miles ago. Need an empty lane. I might go ahead and stop real quick at the Loves and get an empty skill ticket just in case. Because it's only a $2.50 charge to reweigh it after I'm loaded. I did see something in there in the Google reviews about I think needing both empty and loaded weights, but yeah, they have a scale over there, but you have to pay, it's cash only. So I don't know, just to be sure, there was, because I didn't have any load notes telling me that I need to get an empty scale ticket before I show up there. To be sure, so I'm going to stop at Love's, get me an empty scale ticket, and then I'll go ahead and check in. That way, if they need it, I'm prepared. And then it's only going to cost me a couple of like an extra $2.50. It won't even cost me; it'll cost JCT $2.50 more for to get a loaded weight. Off the freeway here, exit 3. This is Avenue 3 Echo, or 3 East, as you might call it. Tell them the cows sent And this is Arizona, so they're gonna probably need my my trailer license plate information, both the tractor and trailer license plate info when I use the cat scale. But I already got my trailer license info because I'm expecting to need that information when I check in for my pickup. Usually produce shippers as a general rule always have your trailer license plate information available. Not just the trailer number, but also the license plate, because a lot of produce shippers require it. It's better to have it and not need it than go try to check in and find out the hard way that they want it and you don't have it. I really need help. My daughter in hospital needs surgery. I got my tandems back a little further than normal, so kind of hard to keep them out of the other lane there. When I don't have enough room to do a full turn, I don't have a choice but to let my tandems get a little bit into the other lane. Combat vets. Stop first. I don't go for ticky-tack bullshit tickets just because I can't sit and wait for half a second. I'm not going to sit here and burn on a drive clock watching truck after truck get across my path. I always go yard move for scale. You can cheat too and go PC, but I'm okay with look somewhat legit. Actually, it is totally legit because I'm in a private lot. Wait in line behind all the trucks at the fuel island, so probably just scale and then go park in one of the spots, and then run in and get my skill ticket, and then come back out. We'll get checked in. Get my cat scale lamp up. Seems like it's taking a bit of time. Might have been a delay trying to get the scale master to approve the transaction or something. Yeah, they do want the license number, so CA2150, I believe, was it? Yes, it is. KLM doing? Look at these. More people being in the way. What the hell are you doing, KLM?
Radio check.
Loud and clear.
Thanks, sir.
That was all about, but I don't like KLM's even trying to come in over this way. So why don't you get over on the other side and try to back into one of the spots over there. Alright. I'll be back. Looks like you're trying to get turned around. I don't know. Got me a scale ticket, that way if they need it at the shipper, I'm ready. Probably have to share that footage of KLM now with maybe Bonehead Trekkers. Look at it, they're over there in the corner now. Oops. Didn't know, I thought Swift was already done, but cables out, look like you just want somebody to help jump them. I'm gonna come over here, get over here out of this guy's way as fast as I can. That way he can get about his business without waiting excessively long for me to do what I'm doing. I mean, it's possible that KLM was already wanting to go for that spot as it was, but generally speaking, don't go on the blind side of the road, especially when you know other trucks are going to try to back into that same row side. You know, don't be in the way. And then the other thing, it's like, isn't it pretty obvious I'm getting ready to back into that spot? Yeah, they still go across my path. Like, what the hell are you thinking, dumbass? Maybe they were going for that spot originally, but I have no way to know if that's what their intent was, if that even was. And either way, you're still on the wrong side of the lane, technically speaking, for backing setups. I mean, they were on the right side for what they were going to do, if that is what they originally were intending to do, but there was also an interference with what myself and other trucks were trying to do. it's Avenue 12 that I'm going to turn on to. I don't know how far up the road it is. It's not that far up. I just don't know exactly. And I think with the Marine Corps base chapel or whatever it is right at that same corner that I'm going to be turning at. Yeah, Marine Corps Air Station Yuma is right here up ahead and to the right. And their chapel is basically across the street, I guess, and that same corner, that's the 24th. Same corner where the chapel's at is where I'll be turning. Probably a little further, because the Marine Corps base is right over here on the other side of the intersection. Make sure I have put the map up just to be sure I know how close I am to my turn. Yeah, not much further up. Actually, I won't be able to see the chapel. It's actually on the base, but for some reason, I think because the zoom level I was looking at earlier, it kind of gave the illusion that it was on the other, like it was across the street from the base. Certain things I do miss about working on the flight line. I see a fighter jet taking off right now. Looks like an F-35 perhaps. I know they had AV-8B Harriers that were based here when I was stationed in Tucson. Can't tell what that is though. I think that's like yeah, it might be an F-35. It's going to be a light at the corner I want or not. Is this First Street up here on the left the one I want? I'm sure it was Avenue 12 or whatever it was called that I wanted. Dole. No, that's not it. I think it's the next light up. Wrong time to be trying to call me. thought it was 12th that I wanted. This looks like the correct street though on the map. Hope you know I might have trouble getting around you there, dude, with your ass sticking out past the. No, looks like it'll be alright. But put yourself in a bad spot there by hanging out on the other side of the limit line. Okay, should be a turn. Turn into basically where a guard shack is at. Let me double check. Is this one right here coming up? I think it is. Okay, that's just a skill there. I thought it was a guard shack and I missed the driveway, but I already got a fresh skill ticket, so I don't care about that anyway. This guy is going to affect my setup with these spots, so let's come over here and park on the other side of this other 579. Based on how much I see going on here with trucks and all that, I'm gonna bet I'm gonna be here a while, especially when the Google reviews all suggest that'll be the case. I've got shipper. Let's see, so today's the 20th, I believe. Yeah, 1302. Okay. Continue. We'll be back and give you an update when I get checked in. right, so I'm checked in. As expected, there's gonna be a wait. It says they're waiting on product to show up, so yeah, I guess there's greens, whatever, that still need to be delivered here before I can get loaded. So I'll be sending a Qualcomm in, say I'm checked in, but waiting on product. Okay, so it'll be a while here, more than likely, because you're gonna have to unload whatever truck's gonna have my load, or the part of the load that I'm picking up, or I don't know, maybe they have a parcel, or and they just need a certain part of it to load me, or if all of my load is in another truck, I don't know. So just be waiting. It's gotta have patience dealing with this kind of stuff. I can sit here all day. I don't really care. I'm going to make $40 an hour in detention pay after 4 hours. So I can sit here all day. I don't care. If I sit here for 5 hours on top of if I sit here for 9 hours total, it's really about 5 hours of $40 an hour detention pay. It's $200 just to sit here, and I can sit here and kick back and work on my video footage or whatever and get it posted or any kind of crap like that. So why do I need to complain about that? I don't. Yeah, I've got plenty of time on this load. I'm going to swap it off with the other driver. I'll let the other driver know that I just arrived at the shipper, and yeah, we're tentatively set to swap in Moriarty, which is going to be over 830, I don't know, about 800 and some odd mile drive total from start to finish, based on starting in Eloy and coming here and then getting to Moriarty. So no matter what, there's going to be a 10-hour break involved in there. I'm going to need to get down the road some distance. We'll see how it goes. But there's time on it. I just don't know when his load is due. So I'll touch base with him, see when it's due, and get an idea and keep him up to date. And I'm okay with swapping closer to Flagstaff if I have to. If it still helps him out, and I don't want him to lose the chance on getting home, and I don't really care. I don't want his load to be late. So that's the big problem there, big concern. Anyway, that's all I got. Yeah, we'll have some more footage for you when it's time to load and get out of here. All right, thanks.